All right, folks, we're back. So let me just make sure we are live everywhere. All right, we're good, I guess. Just making sure everything is all right here. Okay, this is a late night stream. So not quite late night, it's like 7:40 evening time for me, but then yeah, usually I wrap it up early. But this function call thing was bugging me. I wanted to get this done. So here we are. Okay. So let's see. Okay, we got. All right. So this is where we left off. We actually got some. We're trying to figure out, okay, if it's a function call, find the arguments, get the JSON value from it, and then add it back to the stack and then send it. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to basically say we have the request that is here. So we need to actually add the messages onto the request and then do this. So here, when we do this, we get all these chat messages. And then we actually pass in the user message at the end. Wait, is that user message used? Right, so yeah, we do a build message of user messages. That gets a message, and then we add it to the end. We might have messed up, ladies and gents. Oh, we passed the user message here. So this gets the chat messages, and then it adds the user message at the very end. And it adds it as a role of user. But what we want here, I think, is I think we kind of need to rethink this whole thing. So I guess the messages, when they come in, it'll be empty, and then you would have these chat messages that are there. So the user message always gets added as the role user, but I guess in this particular case, it needs to get. So let's find out. So if it is there, so this is the one which actually builds the request. Maybe we should have a simple build request which only does this. So okay, what do we even do? So we have the model, we need to pass in the functions again, of course. This messages needs to go. So if this doesn't add this user message, I think it should be fine. So maybe we rename this to call it build user request. Yeah, build user request. And then we'll have another one which actually builds a function request. Or how about we basically just get the role in here? So we'll say role colon role, and then we pass in the role here. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So because now after we do the function call, essentially we need to do this. So, and then so when we call this message here, so we need to pass in the role user. So that's good. So when we come in here, and if it is a function call, we need to actually call the function. So, but before that, we need to actually add this message onto the thread. So we basically do msgs dot push, and then we'll say chat completion request message args default dot builder, and then this basically gives us the builder, and then we set the role. Wait, what? Yeah. So dot name is going to be, oh no, not name, comes in later. This basically becomes the role, which is actually the role colon system. No, role colon assistant, and then content is going to be content is actually going to be a value, but I think it's just a string. Yeah. So this would essentially be the choice dot message dot I think this is the choice dot messages yeah, message is chat completion response message. Choice.message.content. So that is an option of a string. So we need to, I mean, this obviously, if function call is there, the message would also be there. So if we, I think it's safe to unwrap it. I can also say unwrap or string colon new of, and then we just leave it at that. This would be the content, and so you should be able to do a dot build on this. All right, so that's there. So this requires a reference to this. Let's see, maybe we move this. What's the problem here? Chat completion request message found enum result. Okay, so this would be a question mark. Yeah, so this just be all right. So this is good. So this obviously we need not move it out. We basically can have a reference to this. It could not evaluate, cannot move choice finish reason. Okay, we move finish reason. Okay, so maybe we'll do an if condition actually. If finish reason dot eq equals since it's a reference to a string, we should be able to do this directly, and then we'll say function call, then we and then we yeah, I think this can anyway be I think this can anyway be there. So I think I'm so this can basically just so if there is a finish reason, I mean, which obviously there would be, we basically get the message and remove this. Okay, fine. We'll do this. So if the finish reason is a function call, then we need to get the args, and then we need to make the function call. So for now, maybe just print this out and see what comes for for a given this thing. So let's see. So we don't need this, and then we do need this. Okay. Then we do this. I think it should be okay. There's still a few more. I mean, like, I think this can be done. It's a lazy init or concept. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that for now. So I think we may be good. Yeah, we may be good here. So so we need to call this function here. So let's actually just log this out. Log dot we'll say tracing colon info, and we'll say calling calling function. What's the function? So this would be the function name with args, and we have the args here. So let's do that. So we'll say we're calling. We're gonna call the msg dot msg dot wait. Oh, msg is choice, so it will be choice dot message dot content. No, dot name. If fc is the function, sorry, the finish reason. I think it should be in the choice.message actually. Let's see. Sometimes LSP just needs a little bit of a push. Right, so let me also move this to its own line so that it's not crazy. Message just a push. I mean, obviously I need to clean up this code a little better, but I think for now we can use this. All right. A finish reason is indeed a function call. Oh, this is where the function call is. fc dot this args. So option of function call. I'm just going to restart. Sometimes it happens. I'm just going to restart them. I think it's in a weird state right now. So function step. So let's see. Okay, we're here. We got this function call. Yeah, here we are. So fc dot. Oh yeah, much better. Thank you. So you have the function called name. So let's do a tracing colon info. Calling function with function named with args, and I'm just gonna put a debug print on both question mark, and then I'll do a debug print on this as well. So this should work. So let's see if the finish reason and functional, we just let this be, and yeah, let's see what happens. So this variable doesn't need to be mutable. Yeah, not yet, because we haven't called resp yet, but here we'll be calling resp, and this is going to happen until, well, it's some choice. Okay, while let is wrong actually. If let's some choice, oh no, I think we'll do a while let actually, and then we'll also do if finish reason is stop, then we basically break. Oh, thank you Copilot. Okay, I think we are in a good state. So let's see how this works. So I have the function step definition. None of this is used, so I have these two fields are not used, which will change. I mean, I think user message, yeah, need not be there because it's the first message that's going to come in. Okay, let's find out. So main.rs, I'm going to comment our BMC bot out. So we are going to use this, but let's see. Let venue bot prompt. So what do we call it? Venue underscore bot.txt. And we'll say so from step definition, so this is wrong. Clearly this is not what we want. So we want so what we want is actually we need to do the stir from here, but yeah, we'll deal with that later. And we also need to give the function arc definition. So this will be function step definition function. And this would be function definition dot new. All right, at least the type is right. So yeah, string from menu dot prompt, that's good. Yeah, this is good too, but this is not good. So we need an empty vector. So we have get locations, yes. And then this would be the description. Location of gets the location of the venues, gets a list of location, gets a list of locations where Vivari, what do we call it? It's a Vivari, okay, where Vivari operates. Where Vivari operates. Yeah, we'll just do this. Requires an API key to access. We'll just put it in there. This actually doesn't require an API key to access, but I just want to make sure if I do pass in a key, it's there. Or we'll do it as the next thing. We'll just find out if the function is getting called actually. Right, so this is good. And then we also want to give a function definition actually. So function new basically takes in 3 parameters. Okay, we need to get this. Okay, I think we haven't exported that. We need to like drill out those exports. So function step, let's pubstruct this. Okay, that's fine. Vec function, is it also a pubstruct? No, this needs to be a pubstruct of function. And then we need to go to steps, and this would be a pub use of function step definition and function. All right, and then the bot would have to do that as well. Yeah, there has to be a better way to do this actually. So let's find out. So now we can go to main, and so right? So this would be good. Yeah. Function definitions, function step definition doesn't have new. Yes, we need to implement this. And this doesn't have new. Let's implement this as well. Yeah, so now it needs 3 arguments, which is good. We are in the right. Okay, we need a third this thing here. So this needs to be, okay, what does a function have? So the function has name, description, args, which is value. So yes, so this is going to be args. So this is basically going to be a JSON value. We can do that. So we do the JSON value, and here this can just be inline JSON. So it will be like type object, and then we'll say properties. Actually, there are no properties in this, right? So it's just, in fact, it doesn't have any parameters. Yeah, it has no parameters actually. Let's find out if that works. So okay, JSON bang basically gives you back what? Oh, it does construct a third JSON value from a JSON literal. Yes. It says unexpected type of value third JSON by. So we have function new. Okay. Oh, function new should have this. Okay, sorry, my bad. String dot tag. So then do it. So I think this is a valid value. Expected one of this thing. I have 4 arguments. Okay. So I have a function new, string from locations, a string from this, and a JSON. Then I close this function, okay, and I close the array, and then I close, what's this? Yeah, function step definition. All right, and then I have to close with functions, and that's it. All right, so now this function takes 3 arguments, but 4 were given. Okay, so JSON macros. If I don't give this, what? There's definitely some craziness going on here. We have this enum value here, and that's what we are going to do. And that has a function step definition. Okay. From menu bar bot. So let's actually move this. So function definition actually gets 3 values, which is the last one is a value. Okay. See what happened here? So it got way out here and we were actually passing it for argument. So my bad, folks, my bad. Sorry. Okay, we are good. So we can move some of this craziness over here and we should be good. Yes, so we have the step definition. So we have the bot, the name, and the steps that are there. Yeah, I will clean it up, but yeah, it's not too bad now. So now that it's there, we have this. We'll say GCC bot.execute. Can you let me know the locations in which Vivari operates? All right, so now this is a straightforward thing. So now it should actually print out these messages and I should be able to get them back. So let's run them. Let's find out what happens. So I'm going to run them on another tab. We'll just do a cargo run. Oops, panicked. That's nice. So this involved, so main.35.1 oh wow, the first time something unwrapped. Oh, it says cannot find messages in scope. Did we just copy it? Hold on. Can you let me know the locations in which Vivari operates? And then we'll do a cargo run. Not implemented main.rs. We actually said it's a not implemented exception. Okay, got it. That's because bot.execute, when we find a function call, we said, hey, I don't know about the step definition here. So we go to step definition and then with functions. When we have the executable step definition here with functions, would just be fd.execute on this. fd.execute user messages client. It's the same stuff. Await. So cool. So this should work now. All right. So result.unwrap at value invalid request error. Parameters is not a required. Parameters is a required property. Okay. In functions, okay, you need to pass in parameters. Okay, we did JSON of we did do we did pass. Oh, that's probably because we are hard coding this. Okay, so okay, yeah, here, right here. So we're going to set this to be a JSON value. So dot parameters, and this parameters is actually an option of survey value. So so this is actually going to be JSON of actually an empty object for now. So I'm going to do a Rust log debug and then call cargo run. All right, we are in business. So what happened though? Can you look function call none? Oh, it says function call none. It should go in as auto actually. Okay, let's do that. Dot. Okay, this is chat completion. I thought it was already always auto. Function call. So the function call. None means auto means you can. None means none. Model does not call for. Oh, that's because we need to also change the model. Auto and GPT Turbo 0613. That's the model we need to use. I think this should be fine. Okay, what happened here? It still says function called none. That is weird. So this is the one which actually builds the request. All right, so yeah, this should work. Maybe I move this all the way to the bottom. Oh, this is result runtime error value, some invalid schema function or get schema must be a JSON schema of type object, got type none. Okay. Okay. So this needs to be type object, but then you can have empty properties, I suppose. Properties, which is empty. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good to know. All right, something's happening here. Oh my god. Okay, so it is getting the call, but then it has gone into a loop because we didn't break that. So right, so it's like going on this. So it does call calling function named get locations. Okay, so when it calls function named get locations, what we're going to do is we're just going to make up a result and then put it in there. So that's what we're going to do. So it says going to calling functions. So that's good. I mean, it works. So we have to be happy about that. It's just that we were, I should say, didn't quite anticipate this is going to go into an infinite loop. Okay, so we have it here. So we actually should make another call. We should say, we should actually get messages. Oh, we got this messages. So now we need to add something onto the message. So msgs.push. We're going to say chat completion request message args. This will be a role function dot content dot name. That's going to be the get locations, and dot content is going to be whatever we want to do it. So I want to do a JSON of so this has got to be valid JSON. So I'm going to say this is going to be an array. Oh, I can do an array directly here. And I'm going to say I'm going to have two of them. I'm going to have ID :1, and then I'm going to say city Fredericton, and I'm going to say name planet hatch Southside, or say uptown. And I'm going to say 2. This is in Frederick 2. This is going to be planet hatch downtown, and I'm going to say 3. This is going to be in Moncton. So Moncton, and this is going to be Venn Innovations. And yeah, so that's that. Now let's try building this or running this. So we run this, we do this. Oh, and then we also have to make the call. Duh. Okay, so that's going to be uh, client.chat dot create another request, which is going to be I got to do the whole shindig here. Okay, I'm just gonna have another helper method for build request, which is just going to take these messages and just do this so that even this can call that. So this is basically going to take in the messages, which is going to be vec of chat completion request message, and it's going to give me back a result of just pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to call it yi. Right, and I'm just going to move this whole thing here. Right, and I think this is going to take in the messages actually, so I'm just going to call them messages as well. I'm going to call build raw request messages out here. I think that's oh, I have to call and self, of course. Self dot build raw request. All right, so I think that's good. So since this is there, I'm going to use build raw request here. So client dot build create build raw request of these messages, and then I'm going to call resp equals on this build raw request of messages dot clone oops, what? Okay, this is fine. This is the trade bounds from blah, blah. That's not. Oh, okay. This needs to be a toString actually. It's toString. This basically makes it a string. All right. So now. Okay, this needs to be this is not valid JSON. That is so cool, right? I mean, Rust actually gives you like compile time validation for JSON. That's pretty neat. Okay, cannot find self dot. Cannot isn't. All right, cannot assign because borrowed occurs to coercion. Where did it get borrowed? Oh, we are doing a resp.choices.first. That is indeed. Oh. Is resp clonable? I would assume if Yeah, it is clonable. Should I just clone it? It seems like a big object. You know what? I'm going to do that. Clone. That's it. Now rest has no problem being this thing. Jahangir is not on the stream, but he was like, oh, what was your experience with Rust? And he was like, it's just clone everywhere. So yeah. But I should get him on stream one of these days. All right, so that's that. All right, let's see. Now let's run this. Let's find out what happens. All right, so some content. Okay, unfortunately, there are no locations available at the moment. Please try it. That is wrong. That's just wrong. We're saying this is the messages.push. We have this, and then we actually get these messages on here. Did it say that we are making this call? Okay, calling function. Did it say calling function? It still goes as function called none. What did it decide not to call? It says calling. Oh yeah, here I get it. It says calling function. Okay. It says calling function name. This is so weird. Because we do get the role function, and then we say content is not that. Man, I am such a doofus. Sure, I can. Please provide you the interested locations you're interested in. Hey, didn't you just get the message? Oh, it's a sum of. That is so. Let's see. So it should have called the function here. Maybe I should just change this to tracing of tracelog debug. Awesome. So it did call the function. So let's see, where did our function get called? So when we send the content out, we can actually do a function call. Okay, even though we do a function call none here, I mean, it shouldn't go as function call none. I mean, here this is going as function call none. So maybe when we are sending messages out for this thing, each message should essentially have a function call here. So let's see. So now this is the first time we come in here, and then we build request. Okay. Uh, okay, we do this. Self.chat messages. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Dot call. Okay, this, okay, no, this is not the one. Okay, so this should be, this is fine actually. So just wondering, where did our function get called here? Where is OpenAI Explorer here? Oh, here. Okay, this is where it gets called. So it actually calls function name get locations with args object, and this is definitely gone in there. And then it actually gets these messages on, and then it actually says, hey, yes, I found these messages. That's great. All right, perfect. So we got this. So let me try making this an actual method call actually. So let me try getting our service. So how should we do this? So we need to get a service definition, right? And for this function definition, we can, or okay, step back. So we have this function, so this is good, and we are doing this. We just need a way for this to execute a given function with a given set of args. So let's do that. So here, this is executing under self. So the function step definition has a bunch of functions. So this should essentially have a way to execute function given a name, string, and args, which is value, and it should give me back a result of value. Right, so that's what we're gonna do. So so here I'm just going to assume that here we have this vec of function, so I guess this needs to be sort of a function service definition object. Okay, but for now I'm just going to if the hello of it, if name equals we can find out if and name is if yeah, we get locations, we'll just hard code this, then so we'll just we'll move the trace statement here down here. Whoops, not this. We need to go to execute. Okay. Right, so and we'll go back to execute function, put this here. All right, so if it's get locations, we'll copy that, the ones that we were doing. All right, so this one. So we'll not quite give this. We just need to get this back. So we'll say okay of this. We'll also call our web service shortly. It's just that one set of complexity at a time. I need to get requests in. I need to configure all that. But yeah, for now, let's just get this in here. Is it okay? No. If maybe missing an else, that's here because it's not an exhaustive match. So I'm just going to, if else, actually, you know what? We can always return a JSON, right? Because you don't have to handle the result here. So we can basically give back. So let's not even do an okay here. This. So we'll just say, just say JSON, and this would be an error, and we'll say this is an unknown function, right? So that's that. And yeah, this would be name and args. Okay, now that we have this, I can actually, we don't need to get the whole thing. We can actually do this. And this can be an and args value as well. This should be fine. And this should be fine. Now let's call execute function here. So when we are doing the execute here, we get the function, so we don't have to do all this stuff. We just need to get the args into this. So I think fc.args is already, oh, this is string, so we do need this. It's fine. So we just need to call execute function fc name and args, and this is going to be fc result. Oh, it's just going to be fc content because it's always going to be content actually. And so this will be the name is actually fc.name.clone. Okay, fine. Content is going to be fc content.string. Okay, and yeah, that's that. Right, so we actually messages.push and we create this. So this is good. So let's see if get locations is there. Now also it's getting really tired running this, so I'm just going to go to main, or let me just run this once to make sure everything's like okay. Right. All right, cool. So that's good. So what I want to do is I want to actually have this loop where I kind of like send it requests and give back a response, so that it kind of like behaves like a chatbot. So I'm going to do this. I actually do not know how to receive input in Rust. Let's read from std in. If I know, is there a Rust REPL library? Maybe there's some. Used to make a REPL. Yeah, that's cool. Line feed. Let's see. Okay, how do we use this? Example. All right, let's see. Let's do async. What's there? Sync operation. So we do a loop do interface.readLine, some timeout. Okay. At the input, read result. Okay. So if it times out, then okay. I don't want it. Just a simple demo should be good. It's complicated. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's see. This is good. So interface.set prompt, some prefix text. So while let read result dot input read line, and then interface dot add history unique. Let's see if this works. So I'm gonna do this ANSI term and this thing. So when was the last time? 3 years, 5 years ago. Oh my god, this seems old. So these okay. There was this before I got to this. There was easy REPL. Let's see. So is it REPL builder? Hello, say hello, add whatever. Yeah, this seems. I do want something like the line feed one. That's all I need actually. Yeah, something that has support for. Okay. Read line. Okay. Yeah, I think this is exactly what I need. Who cares about Windows? I don't, at least. All right. When was this last? Oh, it's fairly well maintained, I suppose. Let's see. Example. Okay. Oh, this is all cool. Minimal. That's what we want. Minimal. We don't want anything. So we have env logger in it. Okay. Mute read line of this, and then you just do a print loop. Awesome. This is exactly what we need. So I'm just going to use this rusty line. So say cargo add rusty line. All right, so I'm going to go back to main.rs and I'm going to add a bot here. Let's do this. So I'm just going to comment the whole thing out, or let me just add a new main. So it's like old main. I think f main. Okay. I'm not going to call old main, so it's going to complain a little bit. It's fine. Let mute rl equals let me restart LSP. Did it catch up? So this is from Rusty Line. Right, Rusty Line default editor scan. That's in, and we'll do a loop, and we'll basically do read line is fine, and it did say you could have a match. Okay, if input error or something, so maybe error basically breaks, and then we old main is not called. It's fine. I don't want to do any of this stuff. We just print and input as this. Okay. Unwrap. Okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah, there's a question here. I don't want history. Maybe we'll deal with history later, but this is all I need. Cargo new. Oh, sorry, cargo run. Okay, this building. So this should give me back a nice REPL, so I can actually have a chatbot conversation with this and say, hello, something. Okay, now let me, perfect. This is exactly what I need. So, and the app arrow, I mean, like this support is not there, but it's fine. So now that I have that, so I can actually pass in this. And so what I need is a way, when I execute this again, it should have, it should basically hold on to that, right? So when I do a bot.execute on this function step definition, it should retain the history actually of this whole thing. It shouldn't start with the whole thing again. So a subsequent execute call should remember that, right? So that's what we're going to look at now. So when you do a function definition.new, we hold this message somewhere. We also need to set the messages to this thing. Yeah, I think it makes sense to have this mutable function now. If you hold reference to a list of messages, okay. And I'm wondering if, yeah, should this be with the step definition or should this be with the bot actually, right? So, and then the bot basically passes that in every time it sends it. Yeah, in fact, that's how we have it, right? We have it does send the message history actually, right? So in fact, we have it already, right? What am I thinking? Okay, we do have the message history being here. So all we need to do is when bot actually receives that, it needs, I mean, it just forgets about this messages here after it executes, but instead this should be a mute. So this should have messages here, and it should basically set its messages back every time, so that when we execute again, okay, that's interesting. So when you execute it again, it actually knows the current messages, so it can pass it along. But when it gets it back, it doesn't have to do this, because we can actually do this here. We can say let mute messages, or we can say let messages equals, and we'll say messages equal, okay, and then so we can actually set and actually so this would actually reload those messages and it'll give this back. So every time we call this with a new message, it actually should give back this message. So yep, so I think this should do the trick actually. So unmatched, can't find messages in scope, self.messages dot clone. That's what I want to do. Self.messages dot clone. Although it just needs a reference to those messages, it should still work, but then I have to deal with lifetimes. I don't want to do this. Okay, now, so we have here. So let's go back to main.rs now. So we'll just drop in the loop here. And this whole thing is going to come in before we send the message, because this is essentially where we're going to do this. And we're going to print those messages out. That's interesting. So we do want to print only the last message out actually, right? So yeah, I think we'll do the processing here. Let the bot give back all the messages. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the last assistant message and just write the last assistant message alone. I think that will work better. All right, so this would be so this would be the input. Is it a string? Yeah, I think you can pass this in. And then this of course won't be here. So we basically have to find the last assistant message. So we can do messages filter I will say. This is bad. All right, so m dot role is assistant, and then we'll say dot last. I think last will give you back the last element, and we'll basically say if let and we'll println the message.content here. So instead of print, yeah, we can do a println, and we'll say this is for the assistant. Message.content, message dot get some message. Yeah. This should always be there. So dot okay, or returns or else I can't get the or out actually. Oh, I can do a map or dot map or, and then this will give me back you returns the provided default result if none, or applies a function to consider it. Or I can also do map or else. Or default if none, if not. No content. Otherwise, we basically return the same content basically, right? So it's basically an identity function. So let's see. Expected string found dot into. Oh, I can I wait, what? Okay, so this is a string. So string dot from clone. Okay. Map.content cannot move message.content out. Okay, message.content.map. Can I do this? All right, clone it. I'll have to remove all these clones, but that's, wait, what? Oh, okay. We forgot probably to add a loop. Oh, main doesn't have anything. Okay, now that should solve the problem. Okay, we have this loop. Can you let me know the locations where Vivari rates? Can you help me make a booking? That's interesting. Can you know the token you were with? Why is this? Okay, let's see. There's a way to filter out just the crate that you want, which is the OpenAI Explorer. So I'm going to do this tracing and filter tracing subscriber. All right, so it does this. So we can also do it per crate. So this is there. I think so you can actually do, let's say target equals level. Okay. So I can say ruslog OpenAI Explorer say what you operate in. Okay, that clearly doesn't work. Can you make a booking number 3? All right, so clearly not work. Hold on one second. Maybe cargo terminal. Look at that. OpenAI Explorer. Okay. Format. Yeah, like this. Path to module equals log level. Okay. Maybe I should enable the env filter. Let's see. Okay, if the env filter. Okay, you have to say fill with. Okay. So we'd say with target, with level. Oh, the env feature feature needs to be enabled. Okay, let's see. I'll go to Tamil. So tracing subscriber version equals features new filter. Okay. All right, so and right, so let's see if this works now. Or it wouldn't. I definitely misspelled it. So, oh, this is nice, but it still doesn't give me back. Tracing in subscriber env filter. All right, so we do global filtering, documentation filtering with layers. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right, so does it talk about? This is what we're looking at. So basically it's target equals level. That's what we need. So Rust log should be, all right, let's see. Oh yeah, this is what I mean. So Rust log equals my underscore lib equals into. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So Rust log equals OpenAI Explorer equals debug. Is it an underscore? Can I book one of your venues in Fredericton? Or let me ask this. Do you have a location at Fredericton? I mean, it's not logging. That's what I wanted. I have to say. We operate in Fredericton. I'm happy that the chatbot works and the assistant comes out, but I'm just not happy that it's not giving me back. How can I say? If you're looking for book filter, yes. Do you operate in Fredericton? Locations do you operate in? which cities does rehab facilities in? Gone. I'm just going to do a Rust log debug. It's just that whoops, I broke this. Unifilter does not work. Why? Let's see. And I just don't know what my OpenAI bill is going to be. D in. Oh, it panicked. All right, so let's see. I just want to know OpenAI _explorer _bot. Okay. Finally, we just have logs. I just want to make sure. All right. Can I booking in? All right. What does this go? So now. So it doesn't, we didn't actually say that was a function call it got actually. Because we directly added this, we did not add the response that the assistant gave here. I think that's what is causing the conclusion. So because we have this call, but not the one that assistant, not the one which said that, hey, this is the function that you need to call. Okay, let's, right? Yes. So I guess we missed adding one request. So let's look at that. So, okay, so we did report.execute. The first time we come in, all right, so we get a bunch of messages back. So we do a step.execute. This actually calls the function step execute here. And when we come here, we actually get the response. And we try to find the finished reason, and we try to, so as long as these three things are there, we actually push the message in. And then if the finished reason, it's a function call. Right, so So this message already gets in. Oh, the content will be nil here. So there's going to be something that is not there. So we're gonna do this as well because this is like this thing. So we can say chat function call and name. No, this would be, yeah. So this should hold it because now we have a chat completion message that's there. So when the messages come back, it should have this. Okay, this is a builder, so let's get this builder in. If so this should got expected back. Okay, there's something wrong here. Maybe we shouldn't have this here. Yeah. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, this is good. So we need to make sure that we take this out and we let mbuilder equals, yeah, we get the message builder out and we'll say mbuilder.build. And we'll say if choice dot message dot role is actually a role function call. Then we basically do a function call of choice.message.function call.clone. I think this should be fine. All right, so this is where the problem is. I found trade bound function calls. Okay, option of this. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense, actually. So if role is function, and then basically if let some fc equals choice dot message dot function call dot clone, then let's see. Wow. Dot builder dot function call equal. Borrow later used here with why is it free here? Why is this a temporary value? Okay, this is okay. Let mute. Okay, I need to do so that actually consumes it and returns a self that needs to be built. So it's actually newer references that are getting built. Okay, so for the builder pattern to work, all right, how do we do this? Does anybody watch my streams? I guess not. All right, so let us see. Why is that function call so hard to get it in? I think this is the time I feel I'm like fighting the Rust compiler. Right. So earlier, we're just doing this. All right. So what we were trying to do is we were trying to do a function call clone here, and this function call clone basically so it has a builder actually that's there, and so since it has a builder, the function call is like an option of a function call. So but when I call this function, it needs to definitely get a function call, otherwise it's not going to work. And it kind of incrementally builds it from this point on, and then like does this. So one way to do this is, I mean, the message basically goes in with nulls, right? That's not what we want. So we we do this in else. We'll do this here, and we'll do something like this here. In fact, we can even do this here. Clone. Oh yeah, right, that works. We don't need the content here. So this should work. So we do need the message here. So the message is actually if some message equals choice.message.content. All right, so this should be good. I can actually just do an else here. I don't have to do an if condition even. If it's a function call, then you do this. Otherwise, just append what you have, if you have anything on this. I think that makes sense. Okay, let's see how this works. Can you let me know the locations in which Vivari operates? All right, so here, can you make a booking for the Rickton location? All right, so this, okay, so this is, yeah, we have the function call here. Okay, good. And then we have check completion request message on function. All right. So it goes in a some error. I'm the one who's sending the error. Just, you know. Look. How is this going as some error actually? Maybe, and also aren't we? This is the one which is actually building the raw request messages. Okay, I get a sum of error. So I get an okay input. Okay. Okay. It actually comes into the step, and I do this, and then okay, so I do a user message.clone, or I do a step.user message, And for these, I don't set any user messages actually. So for the step actually, so let's look at it. The function step, we don't have anything actually, and that is where the problem is. So this shouldn't. So when I come in here, actually, I don't need to set the current step here in UE8. I can set the current step here and execute because it's going to do that actually. So and I can basically remove the current step here. I mean, I can remove the self from the current step. That's what I mean. So this should be there. So let's see. Maybe this should become better. You operate in. Can you book this at downtown Fredericton? It has downloaded. Please provide me with the details so you book such as date, time, duration of the event. Okay. This is going to be on the 24th of October for the whole day. Oh man, this is because can you share the user token? I can check with the all right, super. I think this is good. This is it's in a pretty decent shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish in the rest of the functions and see how we go there. So I think it's time to break out request. But I think it's a logical finishing point. So I'm going to stop the stream. I think it's been on for a while. So let me get back to this a little later. All right. Thanks, folks.